Hi, you guys. I'm Angie with John L. Scott Real Estate, and this is
Harold Jones, John L. Scott, Real Estate, Leavenworth.
what do you got for us today?
So I thought this might be a great topic for the day, and we're going to wing it.
Don't we always wing it though?
And what I mean by wing it is when sellers wait till the last minute, and this applies to buyers also, but when sellers wait to the last minute to decide to sell, and then they're just kind of winging it. There's a lot of preparation that needs to happen for the seller to get the maximum amount of money out of the sale of their property. And
I remember having to do that, but we knew we were gonna sell, so we were doing stuff to.
like what?
We started, painting walls, adding, just refreshing it, giving it a nice, cleaner look. Our carpets need to get changed, so instead of waiting for that to be asked for, we just did it. We figured if we did it beforehand, we'd get more. Was it bang for your
Bang
buck?
for the buck, yes.
Yeah, so we kind of knew a little bit. We started updating, doors, the stuff that if we were looking at a house,
What stood out?
what would make it where someone's gonna be like, oh, I have to replace this, I have to do this, trying to eliminate those thoughts in people, the stuff they have to do. So we were just trying to be proactive, but I could see, some are not like that.
And the bigger point is cosmetics most of us can handle, but if we have a property that isn't on city water, that's on a well, you need to have all the paperwork for the well, how much it pumps a minute, and when it was looked at, what the maintenance has been. And the bigger one is the septic system. It has to be pumped within the past year to qualify, and if not, you need to get somebody out to pump the septic, inspect the septic, make sure that's all clear so you don't have any issues with that once you have an offer in hand. And it's what you already stated is being proactive. Getting these things out of the way up front. Another big one as far as that goes is getting the right agent that fits you. So that's the first thing. Then you can start working on the other parts of it, because the market isn't what it was a few years ago, where you just stuck the property out there and it sold in a matter of days. That's not happening anymore. We're getting back to the older style, traditional type of transactions where inspections are being called for, repairs are being asked for, price reductions are being asked for.
Seen a lot of that.
So it comes down to, truthfully, pay me now or pay me later. I know that's kind of a bottom way to look at it, but if you get everything done up front, you're not going to be paying for them later. One thing about a transaction, once you get it started, you like to keep it going.
Not any stalls, don't stall anything.
Yeah, you don't want any bumps in the road, you don't want anything to stall out, because a real estate transaction is very emotional for all parties. It's not just the seller, it's the buyer. How emotional was yours as far as a buyer goes?
For me, it was, again, we had our sights on a house, and then seller decided not to sell after all. So when we were looking at other houses, it wasn't the same, and then they put it back on the market. So it's like I said, all the boxes that need to be checked, But as far as being prepared, like, we already knew, okay, this is, what we had to do, get your financing in order. If you have to, if you're not doing cash, make sure you're doing all that in a timely manner. Communication with your mortgage company, your bank, and your agent. I was always like, what do we need to do next? What do I have to do? What do I need, because I just wanted to make sure that it was nothing on my end was going to stop the transaction as the buyer. Now, as a seller, you're hoping the same thing, that nothing's going to stop the transaction, because the end game is they want to sell and you want to buy.
Yes.
Or vice versa.
That's the ultimate goal for all parties, is to get it done, get it changed hands. Everybody, you get the house, seller gets their money, everybody's happy, and they can move on with things. So the winging it part of it is, let's not wing it. Let's get in there beforehand. Let's see what has to be done. Let's do a walkthrough. Let's see what we might have to do as far as
cleaning, decluttering. Because you might run into the ones that maybe it's an estate, and the kids, it's maybe not a family that's selling, a person. Maybe it's an estate, but they don't live there. They're not responsible for it. So, advice probably is have them, take some time and have cleaners come in, declutter it before you put it on the market. Because I know if I'm going, if I'm a buyer and I'm looking, there's already going to be cosmetics. I just don't want anything that's going to make me want to, like, nah, I don't want this house. So if it's at least clean and decluttered, some people can look past all of that.
And everybody's different about condition. That's when you get the third party in, get your agent in, give me a call. We'll do a walkthrough. We'll discuss whether you want to do a staging, how much you want to do. The other thing is that we want to make sure that we get your money's worth. And if anything major needs to be done, we want to make sure that that money spent, you will get that in return. All of this takes discussion. All of this takes a plan of action, and we don't want to wing it.
No, be prepared.
That's it?
That's it. See, we did pretty good for winging it today.
Yeah.
Okay, well then that's a wrap. Thank you guys for joining us this week. See you guys later.
Bye.